Now, WWE in the year 2012 has brought back three main stars from the past, being Brock Lesnar, Chris Jericho, and The Rock. Now, these wrestlers wrestled back in 2002. Well, Jericho still wrestled a little bit beforehand. The Rock didn't wrestle so much. Thing is, like, is the WWE in need of, of old stars because they're having trouble making new, bigger stars? Like this year at WrestleMania, it was The Rock versus John Cena, and Brock Lesnar returned the day afterward. I think the WWE development is having trouble making new stars that are reaching the same level as The Rock, Brock Lesnar, and Chris Jericho. Well, basically, The Rock doesn't even wrestle or make that many appearances, and Brock Lesnar, he doesn't make that many appearances either. Brock Lesnar, I'll start with him. He's basically signed like a $3 or $4 million contract to return to wrestling. He's in it for the money, basically. Brock Lesnar's pretty off and on. He gets bored by one hobby and goes on to the next hobby. Like in 2004, he left the WWE to play for the Vikings. I don't think he made it. Then he went to go. Then he did a UFC. He became the UFC World Champion, but I guess he got after he lost, he wanted to find something else to do. I'm not saying he's a failure, but he just gets bored and wants to do things for the money. So he's back in the WWE. He wrestled John Cena at Extreme Rules and made a couple appearances on Raw here and there. Brock Lesnar is now a superstar. He's too big of a star. He doesn't have to really make that many appearances. For $4 million. People don't realize now he's superstar Brock Lesnar. It's basically true. I mean, he's just too big of a star right now, and that's basically all it takes. I don't know what his plans are for WrestleMania or anything yet, but we'll see and find out then. Now, Chris Jericho, I don't think they were able to find an opponent for CM Punk at WrestleMania 20. I think it was 27 or 28. I forgot. WrestleMania 28. They couldn't find an opponent. Basically, at WrestleMania 28, they couldn't find an opponent for CM Punk or John Cena. So look at it this way: CM Punk wrestled Chris Jericho in a title match at WrestleMania, and The Rock wrestled John Cena in the main event at WrestleMania. Two Attitude Era stars wrestling newer stars now. I don't think they can actually, find opponents for these guys anymore. Who is John Cena going to face at WrestleMania? The Rock, if The Rock wasn't there. Who would have CM Punk defended his title against? I mean, yeah, think about things like that. I think they're having trouble building new stars, so they're bringing back the old stars, and also to get ratings as well. Because we all know The Rock from the Attitude Era. He's still entertaining to this day. But if Chris Jericho and The Rock weren't there during that time, who knows who John Cena or CM Punk would have faced. Although it was planned a year in advance as far as The Rock versus John Cena. I didn't really know if Chris Jericho was actually going to return. It was rumored he was going to wrestle CM Punk at WrestleMania, but I wasn't quite sure. Um, but I just feel that the WWE is in desperate need for new stars, and they're bringing back old stars to get viewers and attention and ratings and all that kind of stuff. I just think they're in trouble as far as stars comes because I mean CM Punk might retire soon. You never know. They also had an idea of having Stone Cold versus CM Punk at WrestleMania. I don't think Stone Cold wants to wrestle anymore. I think he's done. And Mick Foley also returned as well, but I don't know what he's going to be doing as far as his WWE future. He's in TNA wrestling, but I think that's kind of stupid. Wrestling Sting, whatever. But like I said, Brock Lesnar, Chris Jericho, and The Rock are stars from the past. And as a wrestling fan, you know who these guys are, especially Brock Lesnar. We all know The Rock, and we're all pretty familiar with Chris Jericho. But these three stars here from the Attitude Era, and I feel the WWE, they're in trouble as far as making new stars. Sheamus, he's not really that over. CM Punk, he's a big star, but not as big as The Rock. Not as big as, Brock Lesnar or Chris Jericho. John Cena, he's a big star, don't get me wrong. but he's not at the level of The Rock yet. Maybe one day. But basically, these three stars are too big of stars, and I think they've already met their time, in my opinion. I think that the WWE is in trouble.